Welcome to The Spotlight, the podcast where veterans and military spouses connect and share how their military experience has transformed their lives and their businesses. Here's your host, Bob Louthan.
Hey, this is your host, Bob Louthan, founder of the VeteranCrowd Network, the network that brings veterans and veteran-led businesses together with each other and the resources they need to prosper. And you are tuning into The Spotlight. Hey everybody, it's Bob Louthan. I have got my first time, three-time guest on The Spotlight, my friend Sean Matson. He's VMI grad, Navy SEAL, one of the co-founders of Matbock and also Cardomax. And we're going to start off, I'm just going to give you a big shout out and a happy Father's Day, Sean. Thanks for stepping into the spotlight.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. Happy Father's Day to you as well.
Thank you. You got big plans, or maybe the kids got big plans for the. Have they even told you yet?
So interesting enough, Tyler had All-Stars all last weekend. So last weekend through this week, tonight is actually his championship game. And then Shelby rolls into her All-Star tournament starting Saturday. So if they win Saturday, they play Sunday. If they lose Saturday, they play Monday. So we'll see what Sunday kind of comes out to be.
Standby status all weekend,
yeah,
then, aren't
we're
you?
on high alert standby status. So, but we're gonna probably. So if they do end up losing Saturday, we're gonna go to Top Golf, me and the kids, and play a couple games over at Top Golf.
I got to get you your veteran crowd discounts at Top Golf before Sunday. Okay, we got to make sure we take care of that. Anyway, well, congratulations, on what you've been doing. Happy Father's Day, and thank you for that. I'm at the stage where, I get invited to go play golf on Father's Day. So that's going to be my big event of the day. So I'm looking forward to that. Hey, Sean, I wanted to talk to you today about the entrepreneur's journey and just hit on a couple of themes. You've been a founder of a couple of businesses and had some success now with Matbock. It takes a long time to become an overnight success. You've also got this business Cardomax, and I want to talk about that. But, there's some things that I wanted to bring up to you. And I'm kind of curious, when you discovered you were an entrepreneur and, if you've even thought about the fact that you've got that in your DNA.
I think for me, it was always I love to, growing up, I love to take things apart and tinker with stuff. Probably most young kids, I just like to do that, right? And then, so I'd get a brand new remote control car, like this one. I saved up my allowance and bought this white Lamborghini remote control car. Went to Toys R Us Kids with my mom, and actually I think my grandma ended up taking me because my mom was working. But went, got it, came back and drove it around the cul-de-sac that we lived on. And immediately took it upstairs because it took it apart because I wanted to make it faster.
You sound like Tool Time Tim Allen,
Yeah. No, the funny part was I couldn't figure out how to get it back together, so I ruined my brand new toy that I just got. But I just like tinkering with stuff like that and doing things. But I think even early on, like when Zach and I were starting to create what is now Matbock, neither of us would even call ourselves entrepreneurs. Like it was kind of like one of those things. It's like, wait, I give myself this title type thing. And it's just like, well, I guess I am that, and then after some time, you start realizing that it is in your DNA and it is what you need to, one of your titles to go by.
Have you guys got a mission for Matbock, or a mission for Cardomax? I mean, it's not just about making the product, right?
Yeah, correct. So both of them we do. So for Matbock, it's focused around lighter, faster warriors, our motto, and developing these innovative products and technologies for soldiers on the battlefield, but also first responders and law enforcement and the civilian population. So that's really our around our mission for Matbock on Cardomax. It's a similar similar strategy with military, first responders and outdoors, but also really focused on liquid-based supplements with the highest level ingredients that we can find and produce. And so that's, obviously 2 different companies, 2 different missions in there, but yeah, absolutely. We have mission statements in there. We have core values in there. We really believe in, and our team, we really believe we invest a lot into our team here. We have almost 40 employees now here at Matbock.
Gosh.
And just really, an example, Tuesday of this week, an ice cream truck came by, and immediately, as after lunch, it wasn't a normal break time or anything like that, but I just walked out on the floor and I grabbed everyone and said, go outside and go get an ice cream. Right. And I mean, immediately you just see the morale, just light switch, and it's those little random acts of kindness. We do it for our customers. We have to do it for our employees too.
You've been, I want to come back to this theme. I'll call it the power of we, but, I want to come back to that. I think, and I want to tie this into, your military experience too. I mean, you talked about the mission, you talked about the core values. What about thinking big? I mean, what is the big vision here? And do you don't really see the obstacles, you see the path to where you're going, right?
Yeah, Zach and I's, our vision for this is to build an empire, right? And when I talk about an empire, it's an empire of companies, it's an empire of people surrounded and inherently each of those kind of pillars to that empire have different missions, right? Because those are our different companies that are there. But inside of it, the team together is ultimately what we want to do is bring innovative technologies and products to the world, right? And then help others to do that. So that's our overarching kind of mission, vision for the companies that we bring and what we work on. But we hope to one day be in a position where we can have the resources to facilitate a guy coming out of the military and wanting to transition and start their own business and really bring them into almost like a private equity model where we have the capital, we have the resources, we have other things like that where we can give them that foothold into an organization that we have all the back end support, the admin, the accounting, and those things like that, and help them get their product off the ground and into the market. So that's really something right now. The Matbock side of it, the way we've been able to do that is on a product basis, but we really want to grow that bigger so that it can not just be a product, it actually be a company.
Do you actually have some companies coming through like that now? Can you share one? They're all still they're still the product side. You've got the Acesso thing as an example.
Acesso would probably be the closest to that. Really, Acesso is still a product. It's not a company. Now there's multiple avenues to market with the product. But for right now, it's still a product. Again, we really want to take it where we're at now and grow it bigger so that it goes from the product side of things to a company.
Okay. Being an entrepreneur, we're talking about the entrepreneur's journey. What's it like? How do you keep the faith? There have to have been some dark moments in Matbock and Cardomax and some others. How do you keep the faith, when you're in the midst of being an entrepreneur and trying to grow a business? Because it isn't all roses, is it?
No, definitely not. We've had some really tough I mean, Matbock, for example, and we've had some really tough, the last 18 months, 2 years, really. Now, and I always go back to, something you taught me was, more companies choke on their own success than they do starve. And it's something that keeps me up, because Matbock has been doing really well, has been successful. But I mean, at one point we had our lead time for products was over 40 weeks. So you place an order with us today and you're not getting it for almost a year later. Obviously just unacceptable, and something that we've spent, a lot of money and a lot of time in investing in trying to fix this issue. And happy to report we actually just hired a VMI grad 2003 guy a couple years before me at VMI. We moved him and his family. We relocated him and his family from Houston. But he brings a knowledge base and expertise that neither Zach or I have. He came from GE. He understands production. He understands manufacturing. So we just hired him as our general manager for Matbock specifically, and gave him roles of responsibility that only focus on Matbock. And so in just a short period of time, him and some of the consultants that we had come in to help us with, navigate through this, we've already been able to decrease that lead time down in half already, in the last, I'd say, about 6 months that we've really, kind of hiring him. He had a stint that he had to go do some National Guard duty, but him and the consultants and everybody, we've been able to decrease that. And already this year, before we even hit the end of May, we've already done what we did last year in revenue. We've done already this year, before we even hit the end of May. So already seeing the fire's burning and it's rolling, and really excited to see where we can take it.
And now a word about a VeteranCrowd Spotlight sponsor. The Severn River Leadership Group is a veteran-owned small business committed to the development and success of military veterans, first responders, elite athletes, and our community. We invest in each with our time, talent, and treasure through small business investing, coaching, and consulting. Leadership can be a very lonely place because of all of the responsibility and accountability involved and the decisions that need to be made. In today's world, small business owners and entrepreneurs need a trusted advisor in their corner to have real conversations about real life and business stuff. That's what the Severn River Leadership Group provides: personal leadership and team coaching for small business owners and entrepreneurs focused on emotional intelligence, personal and team resilience, decision-making, and team effectiveness. If you are a veteran, first responder, or elite athlete small business owner looking for a trusted advisor to help you get to the next level, connect with us online at www.severnriverleadershipgroup.com.
We're talking with Sean Matson. He's the co-founder of Matbock and also Cardomax. Hey, Sean, I want to dive in on that a little bit. One of the things I think you and Zach, recognize now, you're at the stage of delegation, right? Where, in the beginning, you guys were managing everything. You're running the checkbook, you're doing the QuickBooks, whatever it might be. How, if you gotten out of your comfort zone when you're letting go and delegating? I mean, what's that thought process like? And how's that been to let go?
Yeah, and it's something that obviously you and I have talked a lot about, and wholeheartedly believe people that come from the military and go into business, they're more accustomed to this, right? Like I know for a fact that there was no way that myself, my platoon, we would never be successful without the entire team. And I'm talking the logistics guy, the admin guy, like everybody that's in there, the intel team. I mean, everybody that, makes a SEAL team, which is not just the operators. They're, the operators are a fraction of what make the whole team, and then all the enablers and everybody else that goes into it, right? Like that's what gets you out on a mission. It's not just like, you know, the operator has no idea how to get out on a mission. It takes the intel guy, the logistics guy to make sure there's air, you know, the medical guy, all these people that create that. And so it's relying and trusting in them to do their job, but then also holding them accountable for that, right? You know, and that's something, as we're growing, that's something you know, that we have to continue and never lose sight of is not just we were just talking about it this morning in our OpSync meeting, you know, just the accountability piece, right? So we have all these different to-do lists and tasks, and we use a program called Monday.com to really you know, keep track of what's going on in task and where things are in the process. But you know, one thing that I you know, it reiterated this morning was like, it cannot be a fire and forget, right? Like we have to hold these department heads accountable for, if they task somebody else to do something, it's not that person that just got tasked. Like, you know, for example, hey, we need more toilet paper, right, for the office. Like we just saw toilet paper ran out, so they all know how to do it. They can all go put in there, you know, office supplies, you know, requests.
Glad to know that the CEO of Matbock is aware of the toilet paper industry inventory. Yeah.
The toilet paper wasn't the issue. It was actually something else. But I was just
Okay.
But you know, like, but they can't just put it on there and fire and forget it. They have to then follow up and make sure that the person that's in charge of ordering that stuff actually received it, right? Like just because you put it up there doesn't mean that they received it, right? They might get hit up that day 15 times with something. So it's just, again, that reiteration that it can't be a fire forget. You have to hold those accountable for those things. And when someone's in charge of, for example, logistics, they're in charge of all the logistics. It's not just the actual orders, right? It's everything. It's raw goods coming in. It's raw goods going out. It's orders going in and out. It's everything in the logistics sphere.
You know, one of the things we got in the military is the ability to build cohesive teams and get them focused on an objective. And it sounds to me like you're doing, you know, a lot of that. What was it frustrating, you know, being an entrepreneur versus being in the military? I mean, in the military, you know, there's capital to do these things, and you know, you have to be effective and efficient as an entrepreneur. So, you know, talk a little bit about building the team and how it might be different though as an entrepreneur, because certainly you got to wait on some of this stuff.
Yeah, very much so. And so you do, but also I think that it's one of those things. It's an investment, right? You know, Jason, the GM that we just did, right? Like he's an investment, right? Like it's yes, on the P&L, he's an expense, but you know, ultimately he's an investment. Him coming into the organization should make the organization money, and that's how I look at them. I mean, in a mindset of making a business decision, right? Like all these people that come in here, they're an investment into the team. They're an investment. I train them. We train them. We get them wrapped into the organization, right? They join the organization because they believe in our mission. They want to pursue this, right? So having them here, while yes, on the, you know, again, it's on a line item of the P&L, and it's an expense, right? I have to look at it and shift my mindset that, you know, it's not costing the business money by hiring this person. It's an investment if it's done properly and
getting a return on it.
Led, you lead these people the way they're supposed to be led, and he'll make you money or she'll make you money.
Right. Hey, Sean, how do you know you've got the culture right? You know, I mean, you know, you know what you want to articulate, you know what your vision is, but how do you really know you got it right?
I think when people when you know when you have it right, when they are willing to come in, volunteer for stuff, and know they're not going to get paid for it.
But you are paying them for it.
Well, but there's times when stuff comes up. I mean, we've had things where, for example, we had a job fair, right? And we needed help getting people there and around, and I knew, there's plenty,
don't they?
We didn't pay them for that. It was a Saturday, and they came in and helped us shuffle people around and do that and be there hey, this is what you're going to be doing. This is what you could be looking for. They're brand advocates for us, and they're willing to, some of them have gotten, they've gotten custom shoes made with our logo on it and things. I mean, that to me, like, they're spending their own money.
Have you got have you got Matbock tattooed on you somewhere? I'm just curious.
I don't know. But
you got the new tat though. You got the new tats during COVID. I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So having them being willing to be that brand advocate, right? And that's when the culture's right.
Sean, what does the next 12 months look like for Matbock and for Cardomax?
Man, the next 12 months for Matbock are going to be really exciting. Like I said, we just moved into a new facility. I'm less afraid now of our capabilities. Before I was afraid of our ability to get products out, because we didn't have a great facility. We didn't have some of the team to be able to handle, some of these large orders. And right now I feel we're in a good position. I still feel like we still have some work there, and I know, but I'm really excited to see, what we can actually produce out of here and the team that has been created. On the Cardomax side of things, Cardomax has really been shipping products since January 1. We've almost done 12,000 orders already. And I'm just, I
got to hold up the product here. I got the blue raspberry right here. I'm going to go get jazzed up on raspberry.
Yeah, blue raspberry is our best-selling flavor. Actually, we got a promo coming up for Father's Day weekend. So it's
okay.
You spend $15 and you'll get a free ice shaker bottle. And the code is dad jokes. So we've been
that's Gronkowski's brother, right? Chris
Gronkowski's brother. Yep. Yeah. So we've been sending out emails with dad jokes on them. So the code is dad jokes for the weekend. So
oh man, we could be like Mark Wahlberg and the other guy sit there and do bad dad jokes. We could have had that contest today. That might actually be an interesting idea. Maybe we'll take another 5 minutes and see if we can make each other laugh. Although I know I can make you laugh. So, well, hey, we've been talking with Sean Matson. He's the CEO and co-founder of Matbock and also Cardomax. I promise to keep this episode short, and sweet, but I always love having Sean on, and we're good friends. And, I'm just real proud of what you guys are doing at Matbock, and just really appreciate all of that. I've been a big supporter of the VeteranCrowd Network too, Sean. So thanks so much for that.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for coming on the program.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Hey, you've been listening to the Spotlight on the VeteranCrowd Network. We got our first 3-time guest. Sean Matson has been with us today. You'll hear the Spotlight on Tuesdays and Fridays on all your favorite podcast channels, and you can catch us on our YouTube channel. Also look for us. We're going to be doing some live streaming now as events come up, and trying to do more of that. And so please follow us on YouTube, on Facebook, and LinkedIn Live. Thanks so much again, Sean. I'll throw my Army Bravo Zulu out to you. Also a big go Keydets, and that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Spotlight by Veteran Crowd. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. For more information and uploads, please visit our website at VeteranCrowdNetwork.com. We'll see you next time.